Two people start with the same paycheck at 22. Same city. Same major. Same starting salary. By 55, one of them has a net worth of $1.4 million. The other has $37,000. Neither one hit the lottery. Neither one inherited a business. They just did 100 small things differently across 30 years, and the gap got so wide it stopped looking like the same species of decision. Today I want to draw out why most people never become millionaires, even the ones who know money, and the 4 boring habits that quietly separate the people who make it from the people who don't. Because when you look at real data on real American millionaires, the story is almost the opposite of what the internet tells you. Let's start with why most people never become millionaires by killing the picture first. The picture in your head, the yacht, the flashy car, the guy with the giant watch, is not what an actual American millionaire looks like. Ramsey Solutions ran the largest study of American millionaires ever done. 10,000 of them. And the profile that came back was almost aggressively boring. The most common careers were engineer, accountant, teacher, and manager. 79% of them received zero inheritance. 1/3 never earned 6 figures in a single working year in their life. So if you're waiting for the big paycheck, or the lucky break, or the rich uncle, you're waiting for the story that almost never actually happens. The reason why most people never become millionaires is not that they lack a windfall. It's that they lack the 4 habits below. The people who make it usually have all 4. The people who don't usually miss 2 or 3. Habit 1, they don't quit at the flat years. This is the number 1 reason why most people never become millionaires. In the first 10 years of investing, your account grows almost entirely because you keep shoving money in. The market does almost nothing that feels like magic. Say you put $500 a month into a boring index fund at 7% real return. Year 1, you put in $6,000, the market gives back maybe $200. That's not compounding. That's a savings account with extra steps. Most people quit right here. They pull the money out for a car, a wedding, a business idea a cousin has. They tell themselves they'll restart next year. They don't. The millionaires keep going. Even when the account looks broken. Even when nothing feels like it's working. Because they know the wall is at year 7 to 10 and everything after that is different. That is the first fork in the road that decides why most people never become millionaires and a few boring people quietly do. Habit 2, they don't touch the stove. Vanguard, Morningstar, and Dalbar all published the same ugly number. The average person who buys the S&P 500 earns about 2 to 3 percentage points less per year than the S&P 500 itself. That doesn't sound like much. Compounded over 30 years, it eats about half of your final wealth. And here's how they lose it. Market drops 10%, panic sell. Market rallies 20%, chase whatever's hot. New fund on the cover of a magazine, switch. Advisor calls, restructure. Every time they touch the stove, they burn a little. The people who become millionaires often do less than the ones who don't. They buy the boring total market fund and then do nothing for 20 years. That nothing is the entire strategy. This is the second reason why most people never become millionaires. Not laziness. The opposite. Too much activity. Habit 3, they don't let lifestyle eat the raise. When most people get a raise, the raise disappears. Bigger apartment. Nicer car. More restaurants. Same amount left over at the end of the month, just now attached to a heavier lifestyle. This is the third reason why most people never become millionaires. Not the raise being too small. The raise being too easy to spend. The millionaires often live in the same house for 20 years. Drive cars until they die. Wear the same watch for a decade. Not because they're cheap, because they set the number they save first, and lifestyle grows only from what's left. The Ramsey study found this specifically. The typical millionaire's home is one they've owned for over 10 years. Not a mansion. A paid-off house they were smart enough to stay in. Every raise is a fork. Absorb it into lifestyle, or absorb it into the savings rate. That fork, taken 30 times over 30 years, is the entire difference. Habit 4, they named the number. This is the quietest reason why most people never become millionaires. They never wrote down the number they were trying to hit. So every decision was drift. I'll figure it out when I'm 40 is not a plan. It's a hope. And hopes don't get invested every month. The millionaires named it early. 15% of every paycheck. 1.5 million by 60. Whatever the number was, they wrote it, automated it, and stopped negotiating with themselves about it every payday. The moment saving becomes a decision you make every 2 weeks, it disappears. The moment it becomes a rule that runs itself, it works. This is the fourth fork. And it's the invisible one. Nobody watches you not automate. Nobody grades you for not naming the number. But 30 years later, only the ones who did are millionaires. So who actually crosses the finish line? Not the doctors. Not the lawyers. Not the tech bros in the LinkedIn photos. The Ramsey data is very clear on this. The most common careers of American millionaires are engineer, accountant, teacher, and manager. Not because those jobs pay best. Because those people tend to have all 4 habits. They didn't quit at the flat years. They didn't touch the stove. They didn't let lifestyle eat the raise. They named the number and automated it. Do any 3 of these, and you'll do fine. Do all 4, and you almost cannot lose over 30 years, assuming you don't blow up your income entirely. That is the actual explanation for why most people never become millionaires. Not talent. Not luck. Not connections. Just 4 small daily behaviors, held for a long time. So here's the whole video in one line. Why most people never become millionaires is not the paycheck they earn. It's the 4 habits they don't hold: quitting at the flat years, touching the stove, letting lifestyle eat the raise, and never naming the number. The people who make it do the same 4 boring things for 30 years. That's the whole secret. There isn't a bigger one. Tell me below, which habit are you losing to right now? 1. I quit at the flat years / haven't started. 2. I keep touching the stove / tinkering. 3. Lifestyle eats my raises. 4. I've never named the number. Drop the number below. I read every one. And if this drawing helped, subscribe. New video every week. Same white background. Same slow honest math about a life that most people quietly walk past. See you next week.